Over the last 5-10 years, there's been a significant shift in how Birmingham is perceived by itself and by the rest of the country. But there's now a real force and a real energy behind improving the whole of Birmingham. The Mailbox building, when we bought it and took it over, was effectively a residential project with a bit of retail. The Mall was open and windy and rainy and was not a pleasant environment for retailing at all. So the building itself, it needed an awful lot of work, a lot of structural alterations.
To remake the Mailbox, to make it new, to make it inspirational once again, we had to adopt and succeed in a whole series of challenges. As a building process, it was a cascade of unknowns. We found structural challenges that we didn't know of. We found fireproofing challenges we didn't know of. We discovered level differences from one end of the building to the other that were alarming. When you are working in an environment that's existing, you have to unravel that which is there, that perception which is there.
We had every restriction possible on the site. We had existing occupiers, office occupiers, existing retailers, even 2 hotels, one at the front, one at the back. And we basically had to keep the existing building working at all times.
You have the BBC who had filming schedules. You had the offices who had quiet daytime work. You had the residents who wanted quiet nighttime work. Almost every hour of the day had somebody who wanted peace.
In development terms, it's difficult to think of a more complicated project than the Mailbox.
In transforming the Mailbox, we had to make change. We had to take it back to its essence, to its core. By taking it back to its raw origins, we could then layer up with the new and build the new.
Putting this roof on it was, a fundamental and a very costly decision, but one that absolutely had to be made. In terms of the actual design and construction of the roof, it was relatively straightforward. The issues relating to the lighting and the glazing gave rise to what we have here in terms of the beams. It provides the same ambiance, the same natural light, but you can't actually see through it in the same way. It allows people from the offices to see down into this space and give them a feeling of how the building works.
We had to have light quality surfaces to reflect the light, to keep it bouncing and keep it soft. Yet the one thing we felt was important is it all had to settle. It had to settle someplace that was warm and comfortable, and thus the lovely walnut floor. It's the carpet that everything settles on. It's got tonal qualities that are almost like a blanket. So all the decisions in terms of color, tone, material were most conscientious and all elemental to making a great space. For the opening ceremony, there were maybe 500 people in it. And that's the first time there was a collection of humans in the space, understanding and gleefully taking in the magic of it, and seeing how the space reacted to them and how they reacted to the space, and how the space took the show on that day, the dancers and the musicians. It was as though they fit perfectly. And that's a reward. It's a plan gone good, and it was a good day.
So a big part of the remodelling of the Mailbox has been to invest in integrated technology to really embrace the connected customer. So we have lots of different layers of technology, from enhanced Wi-Fi, powered by a smartphone app, beacon technology, and what we'll be able to do for our tenants is share with them aggregate data, really rich aggregate data, but also highly personalised data, and that's something they can't get anywhere else today.
The other hugely valuable and very important attribute to the scheme was when Harvey Nichols decided to manifest an entirely new character for themselves, redefine themselves, really. And the fact that they did it here in Birmingham at the Mailbox, as their first in the world showcase brand store, was just magnificent. It befit everything we were trying to do.
They came up with a brand new concept. It was digitally and technologically advanced, like something stores had never seen in the UK before. And that customer journey is what the Birmingham shopper now wants to come and experience. The basket of premium brands that we are curating for the Mailbox, which is both national, international and local, I think will bring a whole new tier of retailing to Birmingham.
Although the Mailbox project is a mixed-use redevelopment, repositioning, it's the retail that's the most dramatic. We've transformed it out of all recognition, and you can see people's faces when they come in the front door how different it is. We put a roof on it, we put another level of retail here, we've changed the whole retailing environment into one that allows people to dwell and shop in a way they haven't done before.
I think testimony to everybody that was party to the process. They knew what the vision was, and they knew where it was going, and they knew how important it was, and they knew the passion that we all held for getting there. It's an imperative for us to leave a project, a space, an experience that's much better than it was, that we leave a legacy for Birmingham, and the Mailbox does that.